Hello, everyone. So I thought today's mini training, we would talk about the topic of to be or not to be a broker. Oftentimes when people come to me wanting to start a property management company, they've been managing rentals for themselves, and then friends start asking them to do it. And in many cases, they're not even licensed. And at least here in California, when I tell them, I ask, well, are people paying you to manage their property? And they're like, yeah. Not a lot, but yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, that's illegal. In California, if you are going to be managing properties on your own, you must be a broker. If you have a real estate license, you can work under a broker, but you have to be licensed. Now, I mentioned in a prior training that in some states, you don't even have to have a real estate license to manage properties, but you might have to apply for a permit or a property management license, right? So you just need to figure out what is required in your area where you were looking to start your property management business. So this is the question that I get. People that have a real estate license and they are selling homes, and they like, I really want to get into property management. I go, okay, well, you can do it. You just need to go talk to your broker and see if your broker's okay with you managing property underneath them. Some brokers are okay with that. Other brokers are like, been there, done that. I don't want the liability. I don't want the risk. I don't want to do that. So this is where it gets tricky, because if you are affiliated with a broker and you do sales and that broker doesn't want to do property management, then you can't do property management, or you're going to have to leave that broker and go to a different broker that will allow you to do property management under their umbrella. And what many people that come to me say, but I want to have my own company. I want to do it right. I don't necessarily, I'm not going to be earning any money if, I'm making less than $1,000 a month, and then I have my split with the broker. I mean, it's going to take me forever to actually be earning money. Well, if that's the case, then you need to study and get your broker's license, and then you can go out on your own, or you could continue working for your existing broker doing sales. And now as a broker yourself, you could set up a separate entity as a property management company, right? So you have more options when you are a broker. So that's the question, to be or not to be. Those are some of the pros and cons. If you aren't a broker and you are building your portfolio, then at some point in time, if you do decide to leave and go out on your own, now it gets kind of tricky, because according to the agreement that you signed with your broker, they own all the clients. So yes, you can leave, but you can't take them with you. And or some contracts say, yes, you can take the clients with you, but you have to buy them out, pay the broker to take the clients with you. It can get complicated. So just make sure, if you're really thinking about property management, that you have an open and honest discussion with your broker about what you want to do. Is it something that they want to support you in? Is it something that they offer? And if you were to want to go out on your own, how would that work? It's always better. Think of it like a prenup, right? It's always better to talk about the what if scenarios and the different options while you're still friends and in agreement with your broker, versus waiting till you get to the point where things aren't working and now you want to leave. And now the broker's like, sorry, those are my clients. And you've spent 5 years building up that business and you've worked so hard for it. And the thought of starting all over again, right? It can really bring you down. And then so you leave, and there's a certain way to manage that. And some of the clients follow you over. You didn't solicit the business, but they find you and they follow you over. And now your old broker's suing you for stealing the clients. Guess what? Life just got really complicated. So think clearly about what you want to do now and decide, you know what? If your company has a really good sales division and a property management division, and you're content doing property management underneath them, perfect. Do that. I know people have done that their whole career and that worked beautifully for them. And I know other people that get to a certain point and they go, you know what, I really want to have my own business and go off and do my own thing. That's okay too. just have that conversation with your broker ahead of time to decide what your career path is going to be and what you're thinking about. There are many brokers out there that are uber supportive. I know a broker that she helped all of her agents actually start their own businesses. They stayed under her umbrella if they wanted, or they could have their own name or whatever. And they leased back the portfolio. So she didn't sell it to them. She gave them X number, we'll say 100 doors per property manager. And I think she has like 5, right? 100 doors each, for example. And they pay her a certain amount each month for those doors. And then the rest they get to keep. She provides services. So she provides the accounting. She provides some marketing. Her company's been around forever, so she has really good name recognition. And that's valuable. So it's like she's kind of created her own little personalized franchise, right? If you think of it that way. And her people have been with her 35, 40 years. So it works. And it was just everybody talked about it. She wanted her people to feel empowered and bought in and not leave and have turnover that so many people do in property management. So again, it's only for you to decide. There's no right or wrong, but you need to think about what the repercussions are going to be, or the consequences. I shouldn't say repercussions, that's negative, but what are the consequences to not being a broker? And then if you do want to be a broker, then what does that look like? And just have that conversation with your broker. So only you can answer to be or not to be a broker. If you want more information about how to start a property management company and generate revenue year round, go on over to pmdoneright.com and register for one of my upcoming webinars. Thank you so much. See you next time.